So, hello and welcome back to another playthrough of the EU4 with the Anbennar fantasy mod. We have the last straw poll here, and there is a fair clear winner on this thingy, and it is Eltikan. So we're gonna jump right into them. But of course, as always, before we decide to jump into the game right away, we're gonna quickly go over the next straw poll in the description, which will decide what I will play after this playthrough. We are gonna keep 3 of the former nations still in there, those being the Mountain Shark, turning into the Orc Clan, a whole lot of goblin fun. We have Mulan, the trading matriarchs, harpies in the Bulvar basically, and Sahal, and we have Blumstead, cowboys. Like, those are the descriptions, this is the only thing that I really know about them, and that's about it. The 2 new choices will be Chin Binrung, if I ever pronounce it correctly. Those are basically like Amazons, as far as I remember. Yeah, I think that's basically it. They also have to do with all of the spirit stuff, I think. And the other one is... Alright. Durva Saturn. Been a while since I've done dwarves. Especially like in this area. I mean, I guess I have Mountain Shark as a choice, but I'm curious about Durva Saturn because looking at the stars is something not dangerous at all. So, but yeah, those are the 5 nations. We have Mountain Shark into All Clan, Durva Saturn, Blumstead, Chin Binrung, and Mulan. So the straw poll is in the description, where you can vote for the next playthrough, but we are today playing Eltikan. All the way over here. Eltikan are the only ones who have the religion, which always makes fun, which basically screams religious ideas, right? But we'll see. I've not read too far into like the missions and stuff like that. I've just gotten like a vague idea. That's all usually the way I do it anyway. There is nothing special to say here. There we go. Andaios is a beacon of civilization in a sea of wilderness and savagery, made up of the regions of Alekant, Devant, Chendia, and Taichent. It is the only civilized and partially settled area of South Alantir. Alekant is one of the largest islands of Alantir. It's the homeland of both the Kayonai and the Eltibadi. It features 7 great Kayonai, cities from which the Kayonai peoples first emerged. It is a rugged island with a great mountain, the Metei, as its center. At its center. Devant is a wild, hilly, and forested place where the hostile Mteba and the nomadic Bazoba make their homes. It is also home to Kayonai colonies on the coast who hope to settle the interior of Devant at the expense of the Bazoba and the Mteba natives. Oh, this is gonna be awful pronouncing all of that. The Chendian steppe is a wild and flat stretch of dry grassland populated by fierce and aggressive cat-riding Chendians. While the region remains hopelessly divided by many warring tribes, the 3 great tribes of Kagork, Durasya, and Sidadok all share a dream of forming a united Chendian state. Taichent is a divided and warlike land filled with warring states. An empire has recently emerged from its northern hill, Salanka, that hopes to subjugate all of Taichent. Alright. We, all of that. The Death Winds. Now this is the big thing about these guys here. A rural mother tucks her children into bed and makes them recite the evacuation plans, the same as her mother made her do before her first death wind. A sailor out to sea holds his head in his hands, knowing he's too far out to sea to return home. Is that the way you would... whatever. And the magical tumors will ensure he never sees his wife again. A philosopher on Alicant stares at the hateful blue dust clouds on the horizon, content the purpose-built architecture and magical wind wards will protect him and his Kayon. Overexposure to any kind of suffering will numb you to it. That's what the Kayonai tell themselves. You can only cower in fear for so long, and the Kayonai have lived in the Deathwind's malignant shadow for as long as there have been Kayonai. A great storm of poisonous blue sand from the Kaidona Sea, carrying a wicked magic that inflicts lethal cancers upon all exposed. It cannot be avoided, it cannot be stopped. All you can do is hope you can seek shelter in time. Life grinds to a halt as the death wind strip the soil and mutilate flesh. It suffocates a nation like a smothered infant. The Kaionai have learned how to prepare for the inevitable as best as they can. There simply isn't any other choice, so as long as Kaionai maintain their fragile windwards, their young civilization may yet survive. So, oh that's even more. Called windwards, these protections are roughly grouped into levels depending on how strong of a death wind they can be reasonably expected to withstand. Certain actions can increase a windward's level, which will protect a province from equivalent strength. Death winds, higher level winds require strong windwards, or the province and your people will suffer. You can check a windward level and its effects from the province itself. Every 10 development and local fort will each offer 1 level of windward, whereas a mage tower offers 3 and protects nearby provinces like a fort. Prepare accordingly. So, a bunch of provinces will gain these windwards. I think the special thing about us... Shielded by Metai? Yeah, we do have the modifier Shielded by Metai. Because we have a mountain that protects us from evil wind. Isn't that nice? So we don't even have like any kind of windward stuff happening here. I mean, some of these are not protected. For example, this area up here is not protected. But for example, like these would have something, right? Windwarded city. Windwarded city, yeah. Some of these have like this modifier. So, who are we? Chief Aosiki, the Righteous Uniter, Ianfas. We are just, we are righteous, we are zealot. Fantastic, yeah, lovely. That's good. We are Runeborn, with our Runeborn administration. And our Runeborn military. We are a chiefdom, so we are tribal, and we are a tribal monarchy. Nothing special about us, just a tribal monarchy. Otherwise, we are making a decent amount of money, actually. Okay, 4 ducats. Sorry, crowns. That's quite decent. We are techs behind. 2 techs to be precise. Okay, we are not doing any war anytime soon. That's for sure. We are gonna get ripped apart. The Eltikan traditions are tax and regiment cost at the moment. Lovely. We'll see the rest when it comes around. We're gonna take a look at the mission soon enough. There, we have the pilgrimage stuff. I think that's the special thingy about us, that we kind of climb the mountains as a pilgrimage every time. Nothing here. The Gotai. Alright, there is a bit to read. Gotai gives yearly legitimacy and free policies. Oh, that's pretty spicy. I mean, of course, at the moment it doesn't do much for us, but later on this is gonna be quite valuable. It is said of the origins of the Gotai religion that the first thing that should be known is that the kings of all heavens govern everything. When they were created in the Great Imbalance, they fought off the evil of oblivion and diced into 1,000 pieces. They then created a universe without oblivion in it, and created a perfect world to inhabit themselves. Ultimately, they felt satisfied and prepared to leave for the next plane. They each shed a tear, blood, flesh, mind and soul. This gave birth to the first form of life. Throughout the eons, they'd evolve into species, including the elf. It was with the elves where oblivion returned. Their kings were not divine and spewed corruption to the lands. This caused the Eye of Oblivion to set course for the world, to cause another great imbalance. Atop the most serene peak of the world, the Gotai, a lone shepherd prayed for intervention from the kings. The kings came through a rift in the sky and burst into the scene. All but one died, shielding this plane from another great imbalance. The last true king remained, with the elves protecting the righteous of this world and letting the corruption turn to ash. The last true king thus gave a crown to the lone shepherd, as he became the blessed king and first of the Fasiri, marking his place with a white stone slab atop the peak. To be a true Fasiri king means receiving the same blessing as the lone shepherd and taking the voyage to the top of the Gotai to receive the same spiritual blessing from the last true king. So yeah, this pilgrimage is kind of this, okay, you're a king, you have to get the last blessing to be cool. Very fancy. So, we can have more dudes, and I feel like we want more dudes right away, because fighting is dangerous. Why do you have a special... Is this always there? I don't... Okay. I feel like this... No, these guys don't have flags. Unlike the Kanai Temporis. The rebel people on the western side of Eltikan did not fight in an organized faction. Instead, all warriors in Eltikan tribe would gather in a large group and charge directly towards the enemy line. Okay, yeah, sure. That is our tactic. We just charge. And we have boar riders. Hog rider. Okay, no, I don't know anything about it, so... the boar riders are typically found among roaming the West Eltikan valleys. He is a melee-enduring, spear-wielding combatant using the amount of average maneuverability and unmatched speed because the island of Eltikan lacks any native horse. While the boar rider can employ quick-hitting tactics and is feared for his raids against the fortified watchtowers built by current states, the boar itself possesses more staying power and melee compared to a regular horse and can be easily trained to become an acquaintance to battle. I like that a lot. I want to get more I want to get these guys strong. Do you guys push boar riders? Damn, you don't. Oh no, there we go. Carry comfortability at the very end. Okay. Alright, okay, we are tribal, but we still have all of the fancy stuff, so I guess we are just having a good time. Alright, oversight by the clergy. I would say we immediately take the expansion. Right? Yep. We should probably also do this. No. This. Seize land. Boink. I hope I didn't mess this up. No, we just need to get numbers. And this is just conquest. Okay, so very simple here. I would take religious culture, because I feel like that's just gonna be the thing for us, right? Development of temples, we also take that. If it comes around. Clerical education doesn't help us. You don't help us. You don't help us either. Alright. We are gonna take the military boost to begin with. Because we want to get on track. Nothing that I want here at the moment. Nope. Merchant. Patronage of the arts. No. Free enterprise. I don't think I need private trade fleets. Okay. We don't need generous quest awards quite yet. What we need is to pick some rivals. It makes sense to just pick the guys that rivaled us, basically. And see if we can ally the guys that we, like, I don't think that we have a chance of getting an alliance that easily. But we might as well try. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Do we take the debt just to get our to get kickstarted? Because I would like to get our numbers in as soon as possible. And this is the thing, we are 2 techs behind. We can't just like declare wars. Also, we shouldn't be too troubled on this side. Yeah, know what? I think we're gonna just leave it as it is. So, let's check something else. First of all... Okay. We've dealt with that. Pilgrimage. Let's go. The beginning the climb. Today I test myself against the Gotai. I will not be alone in this pilgrimage to the stairways of kings at the mountain's peak, for I am accompanied by my most loyal and deserving guards and retainers. Together with a few fellow pilgrims we seek the blessing of the last true king. My trials, visions and insights, however, shall be mine and mine alone. It is a king's burden and privilege alike to take the inward journey alongside the outward, a crucible of both spirit and body. I, galvanized by the will of the last true king, swear upon my crown and my people that all which I recount within this testament is the solemn truth. May those who come after me find it of use in their own journey. Let's begin. So, let's see what the mountain brings us. Teachings of religion. The journey has only just started, but I already feel out of breath. And I get even more exhausted when I glance up the mountain and the path leading to its peak. Nevertheless, I take a deep breath and continue marching up the base of the Gotai. I am accompanied by my loyal guards and retainers, trusted believers. Alongside our excursion, there are a few pilgrims traveling alone. They are testing their faith, though a few look just as tired as I am. Despite all their hardships, they manage to keep a smile upon their face. We chat a while and I discovered that the pilgrims are new converts, whose lives were changed thanks to conversion and seeing the path of righteousness. My own priests and shamans pull me aside after hearing this and tell me that our policy of forced conversion has clearly been working. The lone group of pilgrims overhearing this tell me that it was by their own volition that they converted to their faith. This conflict between forced conversion and simply spreading the truth brings conflict to my soul. If people don't see the light, then how will they prosper? And how can this kingdom of the true faith maintain its righteousness? And yet, these converts saw the light. On their own, should I focus upon my people, being an example of a leader and ruler to keep us true and united? Or should I use my power to enlighten the many other people in and outside my realm of the true faith? So we can either spread the good word, or force the good word. Which are aspects? Let's see. So this one would Pious King. Do we even see that? We don't see that. Interesting. Okay. So, are we devout? Or are we, pious? I say we are devout. That gives us autonomy change. Okay, that's not that useful. I mean, it is useful, but not now. I can do what? I can do not. Don't lie to me. Okay, so we get special stuff out of this. That's very interesting. Give me also another dude, so I'm up to the numbers. There's no autonomy here, right? Yeah, everything is at 0 autonomy. There we go. As I travel up the mountain, the view only becomes wider. The lands and the people smaller, shrinking down to the tokens on a board. These people, the little specks I see now, are my subjects. The land below me is mine. The array, the soldiers of the soldier of the last true king. I ponder upon my lands, I look off into the distance. From where I stand, I take gaze upon the open expanse of seas that lead to the wide fields of land of the Levant. I know there is more beyond that, including peoples. I see specks in the Levant and specks far beyond it. Are these my subjects? Are these lands my kingdom, or are they simply too far beyond where I stand? I seek to explore these lands, so I must question myself. Do I dare grace their fields and conquer in the name of our king? Or do we honor the pillars and construction of diplomacy? Expansive king, which gives us aggressive expansion impact. Okay, that's not that impressive. So, I actually wanted to check if any of you guys are reasonably to be attacked. I know that we are missing a lot of tech. So at least this one doesn't improve. There is a morale boost. And a combat whiff. That could make so much of a difference. But to be honest, I already am liking this. Let me just quickly check something. So, you are allied to Eltikan, which is 9k, 7k, and Besolog. Oh, someone over there, which doesn't matter. Apedifier, you have Ormam on your side. And you have M-Chaos. Yeah, it makes no difference. It makes no difference at the moment. I feel like I'm gonna get a leader out of this. So let me just at least get our numbers together. So, the White Boar. As I approach the peak of the Gotai, I feel myself losing pieces of my mind as visions and apparitions intrude. Every now and then I notice myself falling too deep into figment. I bite the skin of my fingers, stripping the dullness of frost in favor of the painful relief of flowing blood. I have to constantly remind myself that I am alone. I am the soul the Yea. Yet it seems in all my attempts to keep myself sane, contradictions appear. A white boar appears in front of me, and I manage to feel its fur before it runs off. It is real. The white boars are a rare animal, said to be gifts from the last true king. A sacred hunting animal. I believe it is time for another challenge, and I do not know if my body is prepared to handle such a task. I take a look at the few options that I have. A few portions of rations that could be used as bait or a small dagger. A trap or a fight. As I continue on marching, the boar goads me into striking, or into planning. Is it worth sacrificing what little food I have left, or the remaining strength in my body? Yet I remind myself once again. The last true king seeks a worthy successor. I prepare myself for the task and take the time to decide what to do. We are fighting the boar head-on. Which is shock damage, let's go! Okay, that's actually pretty useful. The peak is here. I feel the cold torment of the brazen winds forcing themselves upon me. I see blurs and visions, mixing reality together with fiction. I try to keep myself focused, but my mind tires from the climb. Yearning to be relieved of this eternal journey, it is no longer my body that drives me forward, either. For each step I take, I draw closer to collapse. No, this is the drive of the soul, of my righteousness, proof of my worthiness. As my body loses all of its functions, my mind shutting down, it is my soul that drives me forward. It is the soul that drove the many kings of old to make sacrifices. It is the soul that drove the godly kings to sacrifice themselves to save our world. It is my soul who will offer oblation as repayment. I saw the peak a while back, but now it looks so clear. So clear. This vivid image of the mountaintop being braced by wind and snow imprints itself into my soul. As I take a step, it seems to get brighter. Another step, even brighter. Another step, as bright as if the sun had come down to illuminate the peak itself. Another step, a gateway opens. Another step, a hand reaches out for me and I brace myself to be judged. I find myself at the bottom of Gotai once more, tethered, shaken, yet alive. The last true king is our savior, and I am but his hammer, a pure soul to be molded in his likeness. He shall wield me as needed, and today he has chosen me to rule as his regent, his AI. I am nothing but a page of his bigger story. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Okay, so we could do another stability, like another climb to for a cost of stability. Interesting. Do I wait? To reach that. Do we even need money? I'm not sure. I feel like I need to get some boost. Like the combat with itself, it's not super important, is it? The problem is, I will always fight two nations, no matter what. And if I attack someone, we will most likely also have to face their allies, unless I'm fast. I do currently have the boost. I mean, this one would be my first target, probably. You don't seem to have a fort. I know that, I think Eltikan has a fort. No, you also don't have a fort. It's very good. Huh. I feel like I'm just gonna get slapped here if I strike. But yeah, the combat width doesn't matter, but these shock bonuses matter, I feel like. It's infantry and cavalry shock that would be gained from that. This costs me 800. I cannot really push towards feudalism either. I would need to gain feudalism by conquest. Oh, well, I found a friend. That might make a difference. Is anyone else willing to become my friend, maybe? The Kaon. Well, I guess Ormam is your rival, but I still am gonna try to improve that. If I could throw them into this war as well, this might be an option. Oh god, you have 23k troops. Let's actually start by giving a curry favors here. I feel like you guys would be willing to join these fights anyway. Yeah. Of course, we also need a reason. That's also important. I think it's time that we actually do this. Long have the Fasiri estate to the west of Eltikan, naturally protected from the death winds by the highlands to the north and the Gotai. To the east, the haughty Kayonai rule from their great windward cities, disunited like we once were. They fear us to be mere simple barbarians, but as they have witnessed our newfound unity, they begin to mobilize at our borders in preparations to subjugate us. We must rally the tribes and fly the banners of the boar. As we march east to show them we will not back down from ruling our own sovereign state. We get event and permanent claims. With all the Fasiri people united under the banner of the boar, our leader Ayosiki calls us to war against the Kayonai, who threaten our realm to the east. With our fearsome boar riders, we will dethrone the people who call us Eltibar, seeing us as mere barbarians, who they can crush with no effort whatsoever. Our people have not suffered through the great clan wars to be subjugated by a foreign force who has no interest in our prosperity. Today we fight for our freedom. Our banner will fly on every stronghold, for we are the true rulers of Eltikan. Oh, of course there had to be a meme here. Did somebody say Hog Rider? I mean, I did the meme first before even this one even came up. And this is just completely based on, yeah, conquer everything. Oh, this one actually turns into a monarchy. Alright, but I'm not willing to immediately waste that yet. Because like I said before, how long does this last? Oh, the Surdev comes? Let's see. Word comes from the north, carried by the brave and foolhardy who venture those waters the Kaidano stirs. Kaidano stirs. The winds again sweep that great poisoned waste, steering the desert's life-stealing sand, and soon enough they will whip south to ravage Eltikan. Already the news spread like wildfire throughout the Cayons and into the countryside, and those who dare to live beyond the windwards are making preparations to move into the cities to weather the storms. Over the coming weeks, our life begins to resolve around preparations for the death winds, and normal economic activity slows down as people focus on surviving the worst. So this is just basically, so in a year this happens. Do I want to wait that year, actually, before I do this thingy? Because maybe... Protected from the death winds. Society... Okay, so we don't have any kind of protection at the moment. We do have shielded by the highlands, yeah. So from development, every 10 development, forts, adjacent fort, mage tower, well, I can't really do anything, to be honest. We can't really do anything. I would love to build a fort here somewhere, but I really can't do that. That's terrible. The one guy that I might make my ally. Also Moon Dancer 635, that's good. Taliandila Iafas. Alright. So. This boar rider is here, and he is pretty impressive. We would need to wait a little bit longer to gain an assistance here. But they are also very valuable in this distracting the enemy. So I would wait for that. I'm not sure why I'm talking like this at the moment. Like this kind of educator, teacher kind of thingy. Let me tell you something. Hello, I'm a normal human being. Everyone talks like this. Alright, but yeah, we are gonna wait for this to have enough favors, and then we're gonna strike at Logmeon. This lasts for 20 years. Okay, so we have a moment. Also reduces co-creation cost. Lovely. I mean, we have permanent claims everywhere. I don't think that we will reach this in time, but let's see. They would say 2 more years until we reach that. Not happy about that. Not happy at all. How happy do you guys get? 66, 63. Yeah, it's gonna be the adventurers and all of that are gonna be unhappy. We could do with more manpower, obviously. So there's that. We do currently have a shock damage bonus. I assume I can change these things, though. Because there is some things that I would love to change. Getting, like, I kind of need to just really, like, pool all my combat bonuses. One way or another. You guys are not willing because of the rivalry, I assume? Yeah. And the rest of you guys are my rivals, so you're technically not the only one who would not be my rival, so I would just fill this up still, just for a chance, because we need to beat up everybody anyway, so let's weaken what needs to be weakened. Okay, we have 100 here. I don't think that monthly autonomy change currently will be valuable enough for us. Let's see what we have here. A siege ability would be amazing. I think we're gonna remove something for it. The aggressive expansion could really hurt us. I think we're gonna get rid of this and get the siege ability. Okay, but we are very close towards the next improvement here, so maybe I'll actually wait that. We take that, then we have enough favors with Ormam to make them join. I think that's the plan. I don't think that these guys really go for any forts, right? Just quickly checking again. Yep, no forts as far as I can see. You are also only on 7. Huh. Oh no, wait, these guys. That was the thing. You of course also have a vessel. That's how it works. You guys come home. We have the favors, but I think we are far too close to that to ignore it. I don't think that you guys will reach the next military attack in that time. So we didn't get any events or anything. It also gives defensiveness. Oh, you have 2 now. I'm not sure why. Visions and decisions. I don't have anything, do I? No, that's just a pilgrimage, and I'm not clicking that. So, you are a little bit disconnected from, well, things. Everything, really. We will start building a spy network on you, as these lands belong to us. We are not gonna build any more boats. I would like to save up for a fort, to be honest. I'm a big fan of that. Just one more. I think the next thing was military tactics? No. It was a morale. Okay, that's not super valuable. Of course it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very good. But we are trying something else. This could go really wrong, or it could go really right. I guess we're gonna find it out next episode. So like always, like for shenanigans, I guess you guys next episode. Bye!